Welcome to another Quantum Conversation. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome to another episode in our Developing Psionics Summit series with Quantum Conversations. I'm so pleased today because we're going galactic, intergalactic. My guest today is an Arcturian hybrid. Vivian Chauvet is here on a mission to assist humanity into stepping into their roles on New Earth. Today we're talking about intuitive centers and empathic intelligence. Many of us know that we're empathic. How do we put this to work in a positive way? Let's welcome Vivian. Hi, Vivian. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you, Lauren. Always a joy to be in your presence and so many of you watching. So it's such a powerful time to rediscovering some of these most fundamental aspects of ourselves and how we can utilize them, really utilizing these centers to really understand the alchemy, the manifestation, the transmutation behind these energies, and especially where we're shifting naturally in the organic timeline of ascension in 2025 and beyond. Here we are, here we come. We have been preparing this for eons. We finally have reached a very significant momentum of light activation on the planet.
Beautiful. All right. So as we dive into this information, I first want to have you share a little bit of backstory on your psionics, your own connection to the wisdom that you have. When we hear that we know what we know within us, this is what we're talking about. And so psionics, it could say it's the study of our psychic abilities, telekinesis, and all that. But it really is our innate abilities. What do we need to do as humans to develop this? For one, it's a two-parted question. How did it get shut down? Are we all born with it? How did it get shut down? And how do we come back to develop it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's a time for more than ever to return to rediscovering the true spectrum, the true full magnitude of these natural innate abilities. We call them, psychic centers, intuitive centers, clairs. There's many names or many labels to call them. So I'm just going to go back to the first aspect of what you asked about myself.
Mm-hmm.
As a Nocturian being, as a Nocturian ambassador, when I was assigned this mission to return in the solar system and to directly assist humanity and Gaia at a time where we knew that the organic timeline for the reascension, which is a return in a state of grace, was becoming imminent. There was the potential was so very positive and imminent. I understood that I will need to come back to the planet in a very specific engineered vessel that will allow me to maintain my own intuitive faculties intact and in sacred communication with my Arcturian avatar self, my entire delegation, my Arcturian delegation, and the many other people or star beings that we work with, because we know we work with so many beautiful sentient lives and other group consciousness in the multiverse. So the cultivation of these centers, I understood from a young age that I need to really get in tune. So what it means is that when I feel something, I invite my heart to recognize. I allow my third eye to open, like deeper sense of the clairaudience. So for example, listening to what somebody make a speech or tell you something, you're able to decode the frequencies beyond the message or what is behind the message, and to be able to allow the vibrational aspect of all of your internal centers to be attuned. So I have relearned myself from the perspective that I was now in a space physical frame called Gaia. And I understood that here there's a lot of, distraction, overly stimulation, and all of these challenges to overcome, just like opening the field and letting the weeds out of the way to discover, the beautiful garden in front of you. So I understood that the more I am at peace and I accept who I am as a nocturne being, I'm an ET incarnated into a hybrid engineer physical form, that I took on this identity of another species called the Earth humans, so I can be here and be able to experiment. And then this way I can teach, coach, and redirect to my centers, not only my own delegation and our Council of Light and Elders, but the multitude of the Galactic Alliances group that we are working with in regards to the reascension and the movement of Gaia and the solar system. So there's a lot of exchange going on. So imagine for a moment the challenge behind this huge endeavor for me to maintain this pure connection, or a higher vibrational, stable, conscious connection. So there's a consciousness, it's not just unconscious. So, when I speak and let the octrines come in at will, I have no need to close my eyes or to be knocked down of consciousness. There's no convulsion to my body, because I am genetically engineered to simply allow the variation of frequencies and vibration to take place. And I'm coming back to all of you on the planet in a moment. I promise I have a point to it. I have been able to do this. People will say, well, it's because of who you are. No, it's because of who we all are. All it is that we are a point of anchor on the planet. We are an image of a future potential that is being reflected back to you as a pure potential in your now. And that's coming back to the human template. So if you look to the Lyran's archives or their sacred libraries, the template for the humanoid form that you are embodying right now, because you are on Earth, you are embodying a human template. Even though you come from another system or the places or a place of no form, if you are physically on the planet, you embody a humanoid template, unless you came back as a rock, a mountain, a horse, a cat, or animal kingdom, which is possible as well. But if you are human beings, you embodying this template. That means that this template in this original inception, through the faculties, even through the DNA intelligence, there is this quantum, immense divine intelligence within you. And that influences all of your natural faculties. So let's talk about the chakra system. This is very basic, right? The chakra system has been talked about, in many practices, Hindu and other places in the world understand the center of all these vortexes, or in the Sanskrit word, wheel of energy, those little wheel, we call them energetic centers. For this alignment of these chakras, you have your earth-based one that connects you in this physical experiment that you call your earth life and this body. But you also have the universal one that connects you to your divine self or your eternal self. So when you allowing that bridge, first in complete acceptance, complete self-love, and gentleness with yourself, that means you have to tone down the self-judgment and the self-punishment through past mistakes or belief system and all of it. You're re-allowing the natural divine intelligence as a conduit to bridge naturally these higher divine aspects of you, even just your chakra system, and to bridge that with your earthly chakra system that allow your physical body as a template to be in complete alignment. Now think of it as a celestial alignment. So if you take just that premise alone, understanding the true mechanism of how you can tap into the potential, the synergy, and understanding on a linguistic level how the chakra communicates truly, how they influence one another, you will start to realize that being an intuitive being is a very, very natural state. So we'll take it a little bit further. Okay. So all of these vortexes of light, you also, it's called interdimensional interfaces of light that are in between, so to speak. It's a very beautiful, complex, like a grid system. So you have all these interdimensional interfaces of light between each of these vortexes or chakras, and that connects you beyond the planet. It connects you on a solar system level. It connects you through the gateway of the sun, leading out to the great central sun, cosmic, universal. It connects you on the multiverse level. It connects you to the entire grid system of creation. And I'm talking about endless level of dimensions, countless level of frequencies, variation, plane of existence. I mean, it's on and on. But just to bring yourself back here, just realize that you have also these aspects available to you. So on a practical level, what you can do is just even rediscovering how your own internal centers are communicating with each other, influencing you, your decision, consciously, unconsciously, how you know what you know without having your 3D mind jumping in the mix and telling you that you're simply making story up. It's your imagination, something you read in a book, and it's impossible for you to reach that point. Your mind is there to protect you on a survival level. And we said, thank you, mind. We're going to teach you other ways. Remember, we get rid of nothing. We simply allow a natural transmutation to take place. What we speak of right now is basic alchemy. And what is alchemy? It's really simply moving from a lower state to a higher state. It's a transmutation. So if you connect and be in alignment with just these beautiful, powerful energetic centers, and to feel these interface of light in between, you start to realize how your body intelligence and the quantum aspect of your body really going to resonate and readjust itself according to the state, the vibrational state of the quality of your internal centers. So that's one way to approach these innate faculties. You're here to experience all of it. It is all part of the humanoid template that you've come to experience. Even though you are an advanced soul, a very ancient soul, already a master, you've already ascended many times, you've already done all of this. But when you come back on this planet, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about. When you come back here, it's about a journey of rediscovering what is already encoded within you. Same thing with the DNA language. Your quantum DNA is generating a field of memory. Think of it as a bank of memory or a library of memory that contains all of your previous time cycles or incarnations. And through this energetic field of experience, that is your quantum DNA field, it allows you to connect to different part of you or different multidimensional aspect of you. It's like extracting keys that you can interweave into your life here. And it's another gateway, so to speak, of expansion that allows you to feel the unity of all creation. So keywords like unity, creation, quantum field, memory is no longer a spiritual concept, part of the spiritual movement, is becoming key of activations that allow our consciousness to evolve along the way. Let's take a deep breath, everyone. And release. So when you know something, ask. I know in my heart that what I know, it's in resonance with me. Then just allow it to acknowledge first. And second, explore, go deeper. You can close your eyes if you want or keep your eyes open, but feel into your heart, ask, what is it? What aspect of myself know this knowledge or this affirmation or this confirmation? What aspect of my memory field does it coming from? How is it interacting with my internal centers of energies or chakras and watch how the entire system is responding to you. It allows you to bring yourself the pathway of remembrance that what you know without explaining mentally or logically how you know something or intuitively deep in your gut because your solar plexus becomes super active and your crystalline core is really open. At the same time, you need to let the matching frequency to expand, because if you open and you know and you start to speak about it, but somebody else is vibrating at a lower frequencies, fear, doubt, insecurity can come and disbalance that energy, and then your entire ecosystem become out of balance. And you go, what happened? We know that too well, right? So when that happens, simply that remember that as my solar plexus and my core, my crystalline core of universal knowledge and knowingness is opening, my core of empowerment, I allow the energetic field and the corresponding frequency to expand along the way. This way, I am stable, I am centered, I am strongly in tune with that knowingness. And when I share it with somebody else that is unable to be receptive, well, their response or inability to respond will have no impact or very little impact on you. And you can still keep that intuitive center open. Too often time, this is how we're being impacted, whether it's emotionally, whether it's through a concept, whether it's through a vision. And then what happened is that as a way of protecting oneself, then there's a retraction in your intuitive centers, including your energetic centers. And then there's a retraction, you feel retract and you feel invalidated, or you feel, pushed aside or disrespected, or whatever experience that may come as a result of this. So when we talk about, is it natural? Is it innate? Yes, that's a big yeah. It's very clear. At the same time, is how to reconnect this divine intelligence in you to utilize all of your centers. That is all part of you. It's along your spine. It's beyond your spine. It's in your solar body of light. It's in your etheric field, your beautiful biofield. It's part of the total field of your heart. It's part of the brain-heart connection. It's part of all of your being. It's right deep in the DNA of your being. And as I speak, my team is showing me beautiful spark of silver light. So thank you. I'm getting a lot of energy and confirmation.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I want to just recap so everyone can understand more about what you said. It really is, it really is beautiful. And as we rediscover this innate ability within us, it's already there. What's required? We have to get very quiet, right? We have to really tune in, tap in. How do you align? Do you do this every day so that, well, you were genetically engineered to be able to withstand this. And so you came in with these faculties already deeply engaged. But as we do this, it's almost as if we're building a muscle, and that muscle is getting a little stronger every time we tune in and align in that way. Do you have any suggestions on anything more about a protocol that we could use, a daily, even hourly? I mean, this is, if it's already all around us, then we literally have to shut out the mind and simply come into our heart. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a great point you're making, Lauren. This is why I love our collaboration. We're so much in sync with each other and complementary. It's just such a flow, and it helps so many people. So it's a win-win for everyone. A very Keep a protocol simple that will resonate with you. We can give you a guideline, a suggestion, an inspiration, and allowing to go. So for example, just a little quickly from background, even though I was engineered in a very specific hybrid vessel to have all these natural faculties already active, I have to relearn to utilize them within the field of Gaia. Because of who I am, I have been subjected to a lot of attack, distraction, and opposition from the dark light polarity. From even as a child, they will talk to me and they will tell me that they want me to leave the planet, they don't want me to be here, that I was interfering with their ground. And they knew that the capacity of what we could do, just our presence, and especially in that capacity. So my challenge was to overcome that, even though I am that I am as a nocturnal ambassador, my physical vessel still having this human energy that exists with you in the field of this reality has its own vulnerability and sensitivity. So I have to be mindful of how I would utilize my physical vessel, because without this vessel, my mission wouldn't be impossible. I will continue my mission on a higher level, but at the same time, the portion of what we come to do on planet would no longer exist, and that would affect the timeline in its own way. And there's many of us on the planet that we're here to support that elevation. So I just want to illustrate that so you can relate more to me, in a sense that I can do it, you can do it. The only difference is that I know that I am this ET being and this ambassador, and I knew how to play out my roles. At the same time, I am still in this organic, sensitive body. And believe me, the dark light have play on it more than their share in this lifetime. So let's go back to a easy protocol. Let's bring the light back to you. So as a protocol first, do you acknowledge yourself as a divine intelligence? So what you could do, and I know in the morning I do very similar routine when I wake up. First, take a deep breath, bring yourself back to the body, make sure you're fully grounded, realign yourself with Gaia. Now that's different. To realign yourself to Gaia has nothing to do to feel all the density and the polarization. To realign yourself with the consciousness of the planet, because she is shifting and she's leading the way. You can feel to your feet the movement of her body and her etheric body moving and expanding. So align yourself to Gaia that way. Okay, that's more of a heart. You are expanding your intuitive centers and your empathic intelligence this way. Nothing to do with I reattune myself to the world and I feel everything. That's different. So I want to make the distinction here because I know that I encountered that in the past. So bring yourself back in. I always love to connect to my heart. This is my connection, opening the field naturally of your connectors to your hands. Your hands are powerful conductor of energies. You can open the energetic grids, these beautiful vortex of light that you have right in the palms of your hands, and bring them to your body, connect. So I always like to connect to my heart and my solar plexus. I'm holding myself in my light. And breathe deeper, slower. Invite all of you to be centered, including your mind. Invite your mind to say, mind now, we're connecting to the heart, to my beautiful heart. I feel my divine intelligence. I recognize my divine intelligence. I acknowledge my divine intelligence, and I embody my divine intelligence. And just breathe. By affirming that I embody my divine intelligence, you're opening naturally all of your intuitive centers, your clairs, your energetic centers to the chakra, the interfaces of light, to feel the energy coming to your spine, connecting to the earth chakra system, connecting to the universal aspect of you. I am the complete embodiment of a divine intelligence. So let the resonance of those words go deep in your cells membrane, in your skeleton structure. Your bones are transmitter receivers. deep in your bone marrow, just feel that I am the complete embodiment of my divine intelligence. And through your higher self, or your what we call the supreme aspect of your divinity, the divine part of you, this immense being of light that you are, just ask, I am now ready to reopen, centered, and gently align all of my intuitive centers, inner clairs, psychic abilities, whichever terms you wish to use. Just feel that you are becoming this beautiful natural alignment within you as you are still grounded to the Gaia energy, her consciousness, being of service to the planet, as you are at the same time a universal being. And ask to your heart, how could I be of service to the light today? I choose to utilize all of my intuitive centers. I allow my heart to reawakening more and more my empathic intelligence and empathic responses. And you can add under any place of energies, you can redirect to any part of your body the universal energies that you need, whether it's to supporting your back, your stomach area, your knees, whether you need to also feel opening to your lungs, your cardiovascular system. Just allow yourself to redirect the universal prana to nourish you. And remember deep in your heart that even though an aspect of you, a fractal of light of you, is having a multitude of physical experiences in this lifetime, you are a divine being, so activate your divine intelligence. You have to activate naturally the quantum field of your DNA, your soul akashic records, your faculties to see, feel, taste, receive, convey, transmit, co-create, co-manifest, and of course, within the stillness of your being. Let's take a deep breath or reset and bring yourself back into centeredness. I am fully present, and now I am ready to embrace this beautiful day. And when you're ready, you can reopen your eyes. And what we're saying to this very simple protocol is that you're truly relearning the meaning, what it is to be an intuitive being. The human race, the earth human beings, because of your immense faculties for love and true compassion, you have these beautiful intuitive centers within yourself. You have this natural innate intelligence that guides you. You know, whether you are facing a situation or taking care of animals or a parent, there's this innate energy in you, this part of you that knows what to do, that is knows how to really respond. So this is the true nature of who you are, and this is part of where we are returning to. This is why we are here from the intelligent ancient intergalactic groups to help you remembering the true cosmic aspect, even in a human form. The human race, it's a race of beautiful beings, and your capacity, your heart energy, your emotional centers are what drawn so many in the universe to learn from it. Human beings will be the ones who eventually will be teaching other beings who come from everywhere in the multiverse. You will be known as the great teachers. to bring yourself back in that space of being in sync with the prime creator, to cultivate that I am in constant stillness, connection to all there is, the sacred spheres of creation, all there is, to feel that I am here as a fractal of light within the prime creator. That energy is more than a really powerful and enlightening, feeling good affirmation. Is what is bring you back in a space of sacred cultivation. And what does it lead to? It leads you to stability. It leads you to disengage from being so thrown off balance by your emotion, insecurity, primal fear, fight or flight, uncertainty about certain future. It allows you to bring you back to says, I am beyond of that now because I know, I realize, I feel, I know. I embody. This is why you are re-engaging on a quantum divine intelligence, your centers. And the more you're practicing, the more you're going to feel that stability. I coexist in this field too. Believe me, I have my share of bombardments and challenges when I travel. Sometimes in event conferences, people throw me dagger or they're fearful of me and they're pushing me, or they're going to super embrace my presence. I'm not always welcome everywhere I go because just our presence shift the dynamic of these lower frequencies. And it can be uncomfortable sometimes. So the point being is that become this master that you are. This cultivation of internal presence. In fact, on my YouTube channel, I do have a free meditation around how to cultivate this eternal presence. It's called eternal presence. You can go back to it, listen at will. It's free. It's a resource right there you can have. But the thing is that it's really about allowing that spiritual alchemy to take place, reconnecting your body, redefining the map within yourself. How of these intuitive centers or pathways are rewiring themselves. And I'll tell you one thing, out of love and great wisdom, let no one reprogram you in any shape or form. Let no one reprogram your DNA or your subconscious or your thoughts or your field, because reprogramming is against the protocol of light. We can help you to reawaken the potential of the seeding what is within you. And that's what we do. This is part of the spiritual alchemy. This is part of the reawakening on a quantum level, the cosmic level. But let no one reprogram you in any shape or form. They said, no, I am my own authority. I am ownership of my light. I am stepping into my sovereignty. That's going to be important moving forward in the new cosmic gateway coming in. So I know we share a lot with you, but if you extract the essence, we're coming back right in the pure form of I know now every day. And when I get myself get out of balance or engage on my heartstring being pulled or invested into something, bring those string back to your heart. Tell them to cleanse, purify, restore themselves to your perfect blueprint, your light. And I say, okay, now I'm going to now return into my divine intelligence, opening all of my senses, my knowingness, my wisdom, and let all of my internal centers and pathways to return into complete resonance, balance, cohesiveness. I'm going to clear myself, reset, breathe, and now go back to the situation and see what changed. What other solution or co-manifestation are you going to co-create? Does it make sense, right?
It makes incredible sense. And the need of the hour is calling for this,
Yes.
calling for this. This is, in my humble opinion, this is vital. The single most important thing that we can do every day, every hour at times, depending. Because as it gets turbulent out there and there's so much information out there, this is how we cultivate our knowingness. I love it. And you know what else I love is that it is that stabilization over the emotions. And what we've learned from other places about the Arcturians, about you and your lineage, is that the Arcturians are very scientific and also great, incredible healers. And I just want to share something I heard recently that their understanding of energy, your understanding of energy, is way more than we can even understand right here. That it actually is that consciousness. And so I can see as you were taking us through that protocol, I could literally see the multidimensional connection to the entire multiverse, not just our universe or our galaxy, but our multidimensionality through the chakras. How beautiful is that? So maybe you want to share a little bit on your journey or understanding. Can you give us a visual of what you experience in those chakras, in the interdimensional space of that energy? Are you able to articulate it in such a way for us?
It's a fantastic question. So it's part of what we call also that, we talk about spiritual alchemy, and what it means is that the more you connect to the body that hold first the frame of life and energy here that allows you to experience this beautiful physical experiences of this lifetime, it also opened the pathway to the soul transmissions, right? It opened a pathway to allow these soul transmission to go through and works through the body pathways and grid system, and it can be redirected in any specific area of the body, but also as a whole holistic system. So I'm going just to bring that background in a moment, and then I'm going to take a deep dive into more giving experience of how I'm experiencing, example, of how I'm experiencing. So one of the things that either myself or I observe also working with clients over the many years I've been of service so far is that is oftentimes a lot of really deep opening from the upper chakra system and the upper grids energy and the upper aspect of the intuitive centers or pathways, and it's create a funnel of energy. It create also a super expansion in one way, but then it create also a compression that can be felt through the spine as well and the nervous system through the synergy. The moment we move into the second part or the middle part of the solar plexus, where the crystalline core is, if that core is retracted, then it will affect your sacral, your root, how your connection even down your legs. It can affect the chakras of your knees, the configuration of the ankles, and the ankles influence how your feet connect to Gaia and how your energy grids of your sole of your feet expand or retract. So what it means is that if your roots are in retraction out of fear, survival mode, protection, compensation, but you are super opening the upper part of your chakra and your intuitive centers, you are going into universal, galactic, cosmic, and all of these adjectives, then it will create a great disbalance within you. It can be anxiety, emotional instability, sleep pattern disruption, fogginess of the mind. You no longer know, you're confused what's going on. And then we said, well, let's bring you back into a more cohesive center where all of the earthly base aspect of your chakras, for example, and your intuitive centers match the frequency of the upper part of your tree. So now you can expand your branches, so to speak, into universal and omnipresence. But that has to be more than a concept or a feeling good energy. It has to be understood, embodied, and integrated as part of your day-to-day practice. Whether you mow the lawn, you do laundry, the way you fold laundry, the way you walk in the house. I'm very mindful of how my body moves through space and time. Why? Because the way I move in my house or go down the stairs, I'm really What energy am I implanting in my house that affects all life around? And I can tell you, my cats will know if I'm in a good mood or not, because they don't want anything to do with me when I'm not in a good mood, so to speak. Or my energy going, oh, I feel frustrated, angry, disappointed, let down, feel like the world is crashing onto myself. You're implanting this energy just the way physically your body moves. So your muscle retain those energies, your pathway retracted. It will affect how you're able to receive, transmit, follow, open your field, and how you respond. So that's why we're bringing this example. This is a very tangible example, just how your body moves to space and time. What are you conveying? You don't have to speak to convey or to think or just to be in meditation. Your body movement will convey for you all of these energies that is part of your field and is bundled up or stored at a level. If you have too much energy in your mental field, and your body create that and it goes into the earth, goes into your home, it goes into the land, it affects everyone you live with, or even by yourself. So that's another way to monitor, am I in a cohesive, fluid, open system of light? So when you feel that your heart has been pushed into an energy, your mental mind is overworked, look in terms, am I in balance? Check on yourself. You can do, I'm going to do a quick energetic checkpoint. And then so you connect, feel, take a deep breath, go back to your heart. Okay, my crown. Am I receptive to the universe right now? Am I receptive to my higher self, to my guides, my star families? Am I receptive right now? So look to see if your crown chakra, your crown of illumination, connection to the universal field is open. You know that your universal chakras are perfect aligned and pure, and there's nothing to align that. It's already there. Bring the energy. Okay, where's my third eye? Am I affecting my frontal lobe with too much memory? Is my occipital lobe overly congested also with energy influence, absorption? Create that open to your third eye. I'm going to breathe to my frontal lobe and my occipital lobe. I'm going to breathe, opening the front and the back, refreshing also the mental energies, the mental mind, refreshing the neural pathways, the brain functions, the brain synapses, the connectors. I'm refreshing all of this. Let that breathe. And of course, your third eye connect with your physical eyes, reattune your gift of sight, visions, to see color from a more vibrant sea level. I'm able to see new light spectrum. I'm rediscovering new colors, new depth. With Gaia, I can see with renewed eyes. This is part of opening yourself on a quantum level. I'm bringing my divine intelligence to my eyes. Opening your sinus cavity, I'm breathing with ease. You can do that also to your jaw, your gums, your teeth, everything. Going to your throat chakra. Throat is very important to be one of the most important chakras that humanity going to heal a lot in the cosmic gateway of 2025. You're retrieving your voice. You're retrieving the true aspect of your voice, what it means to express this eternal presence, new concept, new tones, linguistic energy coming in, new form of languages, sacred sound, the refinement of the frequencies of your communication, how it affects the configuration of your neck and the upper part of your spine, the connection to your collarbone, your shoulders and shoulder blades. Just feel how much everything is interconnected. Just breathe into it. Let's also take a look at the vibrational quality and alignment of your thymus chakra connecting with your heart. And those 2 points influence also your upper respiratory tract and your lungs configuration, the bronchial energy, how you're allowing oxygen to flow through, how you open the sacred breath of life. If there's fear, any fear or anxiety around life, it's going to naturally block the airways. It's all connected. Just feel at that level. Breathe out fear and breathe in pure light. I reactivate divine intelligence, the light, to my lungs, my bronchial, my entire respiratory structure. Open the rib cage with more confidence, with more certainty, with more sovereignty. Reopen that aspect. Let your bones move in the same movement with the sacred flow of life, the breath of life that is returning to you now. That helps to liberate the also energy to your GI tract. I'm going into your solar plexus, 3 levels of solar plexus, opening your diaphragm, releasing the digestive system, the digestive enzymes, the faculty to digest and release, really, what no longer is serving my evolution. And let all the internal organs receiving this oxygen as you are restoring and reconnecting from the solar plexus, almost like all the way to your sacral, balancing the divine feminine and the masculine energies beyond sexuality and identity. Let's come back into a creative, divine intelligence and balance, honoring the true archetypes of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies within you. Again, has nothing to do with sexual orientation. It's about honoring these prime creator archetypes within you. It contributes to your balance, your well-being, opening more your intuitive centers and capacity to maintain yourself into a higher, stable state, vibrationally, consciously, and energetically. Just feel that balance be restored in your sacral, which also liberates the pathway to your root chakra. Allow your root to evolve. Bring divine intelligence right at the base of your spine, releasing pressure around the coccyx area, sacrum, lower back, balancing the hips area. I allow my root chakra to evolve to divine intelligence, which again initiate a natural spiritual alchemy of transforming from a lower fight or flight survival mode into a higher state. I am thriving. My life is shifting. I am powerful, anchored, centered. Now I am ready to truly accept abundance of all aspects of my life. Abundance is rooted into universal connection, allowing physical manifestation, allowing also to redirect the connections to your legs, moving forward, standing up on your feet. Let your knees and your ankles be completely in celestial alignment. And let's take a deep breath. And as you're returning to your center and opening your eyes gently, what this process has taught you about your own systems, about how you're utilizing or non-utilizing the full spectrum of your own intuitive centers, psychic abilities, your inner clairs, all of these energetic centers and interfaces of light that connects you to the intelligence of your being, your guides, your higher self, the ability to consciously open your own soul akashic field and says, I feel like in this light I'm a healer. I like to bring back this knowledge about myself. I have a connection with plants. I want to enhance my natural ability to communicate with the consciousness of the plants that allow that to bring in your field, to be returned in your field. So again, what we just did is to illustrate a secret really pathway to allow yourself to readjust and avoiding to become more of a funnel and very restricted energies, because most souls know that it's natural to be in the realm of light. They want to go back to what's natural. And we understand that. But by embracing the physical vessel, the physical manifestation of what is natural within you, then this life is shifting in its nature, its purpose, how your relationship to life is shifting. It brings so much more ease. It brings also new tools. Let doors be open. Let synchronicity to come into your life. So am I a cohesive, open flow? Or is there some restriction because some part of me wants to be in this way and deflected the other way? But bring yourself back in. So that soul-body connection is also allowing, and I would call that natural spiritual alchemy, the transmutation from a denser form into a higher form. So when we say, now I am ready to embody my fifth dimensional self, now I am ready to embody my fifth dimensional self, you start to understand it even more. It's no longer a mental or a spiritual concept. It's an innate inner reality.
Wow. Thank you. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. And I know I'm not the only one feeling so good right now. So I have I'm lit up. I have goosebumps all over. That really truly is alchemy. That that was so beautiful. And I can see our world when everyone is truly doing this. This is super consciousness embodied. This is light intelligence embodied. Wow, I feel so good. Really incredible. So thank you. Thank you for this remembrance. We are masters. We are absolute masters. There's no more fear. There's no more anxiousness. There's no more doubt. I truly hope everyone is feeling this. Wow, that's empowering.
Yes.
And so, wow, okay. It's indicative of tuning all the chaos out and coming into this light, this intelligence, this divine intelligence. Okay. So this is beautiful. Everyone is given this beautiful tool, this beautiful protocol to remember this presence of our essence. And also, I want to say the word grounding, because as you were sharing that the ability to funnel, if we're not anchored in our body or our roots are not open, then or extended into the earth, we're going to have a tougher time. So the importance of grounding is key as well. Tuning into Gaia is what you said, and that's a beautiful way to ground. Okay. Um, we also talked about empathic intelligence. So the intuitive centers, that's wonderful. But this notion of empathic intelligence, can you share what we do with that? What does that mean? And how can we put it to work in our life?
Well, it's going to be very simple because it's all intertwined. So I would say, I'm going to give you one phrase to that is every day as an invitation is to consciously forming a much higher type of relationship with your heart. And so this natural empathic intelligence is just as innate as your intuitive centers are. whether utilizing all of your clairs, whether you are multidimensional, your faculty to see, to talk to beings, whether you can read the Akashic records, that's all wonderful. As long as it's intertwined with this empathic intelligence. And that is really about connecting and living to the centeredness of your being. So you're forming, cultivating, maintaining a higher form of relationship with your heart center. Your heart allows you to become the master, the everyday way of living. You can be also, being in a store and a situation happen, and at first the way you will be triggered may bring that intelligence, that empathic response, because at that moment a situation happened, and then you may start to see and you're able to perceive more component to the event instead of the one trigger point. Okay, so let's say that you witnessing something or something happened, and then you start to realize, okay, it create a certain response in my body. At the same time, all of my senses, this empathic response is opening my field of activation where all my senses come together. I can start to understand, to read, to decode, to feel, and I'm gaining a much more bigger understanding of what is really happening. Then my response will be reflective of this. So I can feel that. So for example, I'll give you a very mundane example, and I use that myself. Let's say that you are grocery shopping, and out of nowhere, somebody else hits your shopping cart, or bump you, and you feel, ouch, there was a pain in the body. Oftentimes, if we are in a fight or flight, more mental, retracted feel, that shock in the body or that hit or that surprise encounter may trigger anger, resentment, or giving the stink eyes, or pushing the person and feeling that here again, I'm being hurt, right? Instead, you may acknowledge what happened, but when you look at the person and you start to understand what's happening in their field, can you see, feel, hear, response, have a knowingness that your gut feeling open, that your body intelligence open, that your heart dictate that person was on the phone receiving a news that was heavy, and the energy of that person was retracted, was out of balance, no longer in the heart, and that created a situation. Now, why does this happening to me? Okay. Have you asked to be of service? There's many ways to be that. So maybe for you to activate your senses, to be able to bring yourself into this empathic intelligence and tell a person, let me reassure you, I'm okay. Are you fine? And helping maybe that person to diffuse something that person carries in their field, which will make a big difference as a ripple effect, not only for that person's life and yours, but also everyone you come in contact with. And this is how we generate more ripple effect of synergy in the collective consciousness. So instead of inflating the global consciousness with more anger, disappointment, anxiety, fear, feeling hurt, feeling, you are shifting that energy. You're allowing the global consciousness going, oh, I'm able to be compassionate. Something told me that person bumped into me because that person needed me. And I am responsive to that. I am in my empathic response to understand that.
I just want to give you a hug for that, because that really is so beautiful. That is beautiful. And what an incredible reminder as we do this daily protocol. When we ask our heart, how can I be of service? That's how we can be of service. So it's almost as if, I like to say zoom out, but there's a better phrase. It's zooming out into your divine intelligence,
Mm.
and bringing that, looking that perspective. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that.
You're
Really
welcome.
beautiful. You know, in everything that we do, if someone cuts us off, if we're driving our car, send a hand of love, of energy of love, or let's not let it trigger us in that way. And so This is how we can be of incredible service right now on this planet with polarization happening. As we were sharing about building bridges, we're here to build bridges. And so we do this within ourself, with a bridge between our higher self and our divine intelligence outside of us into our body. Well, we're also doing that with other humans at this time as well. And that's incredible work that we're all doing. So I thank you for sharing this beautiful Arcturian wisdom, higher intelligence with us, because we have shifted. We have shifted. You have shifted us, and that's powerful. I truly hope everyone will use this in the way that you shared today. And I sense that they are and that they have received this nugget, this golden jewel. And that's so beautiful. Again, a big hug to you because nice work. Thank
Thank
you.
you. You
Mission
are you are
accomplished.
s- exactly right. Pretty accomplished there. Thank you so much, Lauren.
And so I know people love working with you, and all of the events that you do are so high vibrational that you've got something coming up. And as we talk about this special offer, it's the Ascension, the masterpiece of Ascension, which is Gaia. Gaia is the masterpiece of Ascension. And so here we are. It's going to be happening in the first phase of 2025. And you also mentioned things about 2025. So as you're sharing more about this offer and this event, you can also include what you sense 2025 will be like for us. An opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lauren. It's such a joy to be with you as always. And what we talk about is giving us truly an opportunity to rise beyond our normal awareness. It really is. We are diluting, we're transmuting the mundane 3D life. It's no longer in that capacity. Everything becomes an opportunity. So this offer, this 2 days, it's going to be a 2 day workshop. Everything is recorded, so there will be no worries about time zone and scheduling. It really is Gaia as the masterpiece of ascension. So if you look at the many civilizations that have been influencing and still influence to this day, the the evolutionary blueprint of humanity and this planet on a multiple level, it's going to understand as we're going to take a journey together in some of the most predominant of these timelines or these ancient civilizations. It's allowing ourselves to utilizing this empathic intelligence and being able to extract an essence of what is the learning of the timeline is, how it reflects upon ourselves, our ancestors, our lineage, how it also reflects in our DNA, how it's reflecting also in terms of this new paradigm that we are here to co-create. So we're going to take a journey through time and space with the Council of Time, the gatekeeper, and opening some aspect of the Universal Akashic Record to look at these most influential ancient civilization, even in the time of Babylonia or Sumeria and or Sumer, and other places. We're going to take a journey to see how it has been impacting the evolution even on the subconscious and the unconscious field. And we're here to unwind, we're here to resolve and dissolve as an alchemy process these energy, and we're here to extract the wisdom that bring us today in the next phase of our evolution. So Gaia is really much the masterpiece, the centerpiece of ascension, and so many ancient souls and star seeds have returned at this point, want to be in physical incarnation, to be along with the centerpiece of ascension with Gaia, and how we are really returning into a place of more, I would say, even galactic significance shift, and how we are really reclaiming our galactic origins, our cosmic point of origins of who we are, and being able to understand how these multitude of timelines or ancient civilizations still have an impact on us today, and how to allow the reversal of this impact and being able and no longer allow these old energy or these old timelines to repeat themselves as pattern in my life and on the planet. So it's really much at this association. We are rising above. So going back, we'll take you on a journey very specifically with the Arcturians. And we're going to really look at these pivotal timelines and how we can utilize them to even enhance the quality of our connections with our DNA, how our DNA is evolving, our genetic markers within ourselves, whether it's on a cosmic universal level, whether it's our ancestors, whether it's aspect of ourself reflecting as our ancestors, and how we can really utilize this incredible workshop as a key to really unlock for you the next level of your potential. Remember, everything that we do, it's to help you evolve from where you are to the next step and being able to engage into different ways to allow that evolution to take place. So Mother Gaia, as a beautiful, conscious celestial being, has been part of the historical archives for a long time. And then she is truly, shining, opening the beacon of light to the reascension, the grand return to that state of enlightenment and perfection. And she's really helping also leading that energy right from the heart and how we're going to dive into this. So just to summarize the field energy leading up to everything that we have shared with you, the exercise, the affirmation, the protocols, we're going to go in the same sense, but deeper in all of these significant ancient civilizations that we call the planet's timelines. This is a nocturnal way of quantifying time, whether it's how ancient Egypt is still influencing the grids today, whether it's, different part of the world, if it is within our grid system or intuitive centers on a quantum DNA level into the memory field, and how these field of experiences now they're ready to be transmuted or alchemized into higher form. So just going to be absolutely a very deep, profound journey.
Thank you for offering this and making this available to everyone. It sounds wonderful.
Mm.
Beautiful opportunity to really go into that and reclaim that wisdom and to correct the course through our heart space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That beautiful opportunity is available on this webpage. Wherever you're watching this video, in the description box, you will find a link for that as well. Check it out, get registered, and join Vivian for this beautiful journey. It's a 2-day opportunity to be with her and receive these teachings. And again, everything is recorded. So it's timeless and you can enjoy and access this on your own time if you can't join live. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are coming into a beautiful new year and we are ready for it as well. Vivian, as we say goodbye, I just want to give you a moment for final thoughts. Thank you.
Of course. So as we are about to embrace what you call a new year, we call this a new cosmic gateway. So our invitation is to approach this new gateway from a perspective of a divine intelligent being, as opposed to a 3D aspect of hoping for different outcome, but repeating the same patterns of resolution and all of this. Allow yourself to really feel to the pulse, the earth body and Gaia's heart, her body. Feel how much we have now reached a complete different momentum and historical point. And you'll see that everything you've learned, integrated practice, everything that you have implemented in your life has led you to this point. And there's going to be much more. We're going to talk about it more. We're going to guide you more. And it's just finally, we have reached that point of a huge, huge breakthrough and a dissolve to let really all structure to dissolve, all very heavy density energies, the machine behind it, everything it represented, all this structure that kept a certain world or a false matrix reality in place has no longer roots behind it. It's time for sacred spiritual alchemy to take place on the planet.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's
Mhm.
time and we are ready for it. So this is a call for all hearts to step up and create this new in this cosmic gateway.
Mm.
So beautiful, so empowering and inspiring. We are grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome. It's such a joy.
Okay, everyone, Vivian Chauvet and the wisdom of the Arcturians. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your light and your heart wisdom on planet Earth, Gaia. Namaste. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.